Hey guys, with this one right here, we then got Chip plugged in with Fumez, the engineer. Got the engineer Chip plugged in, Fumez the engineer, press play. Got the press play coming into the whole thing. But just with the engineer and just with plugged in and the whole just press play, Chip and the main, thing coming around this. But you got with Chip plugged in and just with the engineering, the main thing and everything else, just with especially with these plugged in, because these ones be really rare of a consuming.
Chippy. Plugged in, old type fumes, yeah?
Fanatics.
Yeah, I don't wanna stand next to him. About bro, you ain't next to kin. Step to the dance and the man them smell like weed, but they still gotta let we in. When he sees us, it's stress for him. Shit, I used to be blessed with him. Like fuck all that old school shit, it's a new school tip. What's good, my nigga? You know I'm always on my guard. On my own with the entourage. You know Chip must be over hard if man want me drop dead over bars. I'm old school like over Mars, I offload this. I'm always
Oh, I'm old school, just like old school, just like just like I'm over Mars. Hey, he said he's old school, just like he's over Mars, and like just those, and then you got those just those lyrics, like he said and then his bars, be flinching too. So he got the whole thing just elements. You can't really miss them. Like they're elements, and just like he said, especially with that, because a lot of people have a mixture of they mix that whole thing and they mix the new school and the old school. Like he just put like, hey, just with the whole thing in the most message.
always on my guard, on my own with the entourage. You know Chip must be over hard if man want me drop dead over bars. I'm old school like over Mars, I offload this cannon straight blow your clock. Favorite saying, it is what it is. I'm with Tottenham niggas calling me. You don't want no problems with me, as bad as you think you are. If I die, set you on this mic, it will get jarring, dog. One if they're taking pills, cause the ears are perked whenever I'm barring, dog. Call it a chippy effect, if I'm on you for real, I ain't whittle the sparring, dog. So miss me with the rappers that never clash, rapping at rappers. In my hood, I'm good with the trappers. In my hood, I'm good with the bangers, but stay in my lane, the hood is a number away. There ain't no climbing frames when I go ape. Still got the monkeyest ways, I swing on this rope, tired neck. That never clash, rapping at rappers. In my hood, I'm good with the trappers. In my hood, I'm good with the bangers, but stay in my lane, the hood is a number.
Oh, I'm good with the trappers. I'm good with the. Oh, he says he's good with the trappers. He's good with the and lasters. Like, hey, so hey, he's basically good. He's good. He's good in the even in the hood, like the main trenches. You can go anywhere with those things and have those main things coming into it. Like, but everything else, like he said, he can still be in the crisis. And, he's still good. Like, especially as you could still go to them centuries and still, give back. Like that's another way around it. Like the way he put in his whole comments into it.
Away. There ain't no climbing frames when I go ape. Still got the monkeyest ways. I swing on this rope, tired neck, then grab the other. Trust me, hang man for days. I hang man in ways. Sometimes I feel like I'm cursed and I run out of letters or words, cause they don't always feel like a blessing when niggas are aiming my bars at themselves like they don't know. Whenever it's go mode, I'm pizza boy, I'm going go-go. And that means I'm going first. I just text Ash like, what, who's chatting the gang? If it's that, I'm going to work. How many years now? How many rappers have surfaced? Chip/month still murking. I just told Big Fumes, load the beat, I'll cut that. Somehow it comes out perfect. I was writing, they were playing N64, old school.
Oh, and the whole thing gets more elevation into it. Like he said, cut the bar and put them things into it like shoosh. Especially the way Chip is coming in, like he has another bartistic, like they say, a bartistic baristic. Like, hey, you can give him a half of a bar. Like they say, cut that bar. He's still gonna give us a whole alphabet of a just a triplet, like him just putting this whole thing into it, especially how the whole thing is ripping and everything else is considered and coming in. Like he just got it off another brizz.
Next beat, F64. So much bars come like I've been here before. Was up all 90 or 64? As bad as you think you are. If I die, set you on this mic, it will get jarring, dog. One if they're taking pills, cause their ears are perked whenever I'm barring, dog. Call it a chippy effect. If I'm on you for real. I ain't whittled the sparring, dog. Said time, I don't take lyrics that deep from anyone. I'm just kicking back, checking out everyone, indirecting everyone. Like, boy, who's he chatting about? You tell me, it could be anyone. I can't bite that bait. I do my thing, tilt your hat, mate. Spot for what we're not that safe. Whenever I see them, God let it be what it be. If it's that, then it's that, then that way. That's how I steer that vehicle. Who job bless them, can't curse with them evil. It's funny how oopsie daisy, I hurt you again. Now applies to so many people, even the people I ain't even mean to offend, but boy, you feel like you feel me too, man's annoyed. Shelling since X Factor was appealing. Jack and Factor so wheel it. I eat MCs alive. Pause, fingers four, gangway throwing a paw. And anyone thinking the chipmunk things that stinked. Come on, this dinosaur. Terror that still, test who I'm a pterodactyl. He's salty, I pepper that still. For all purpose reasons. Step like a vet, man, I seasoned. As bad as you think you are, if I die, dinosaur.
Ooh, step in just like the season, and then he got the whole Amari too. So it's just he got the whole other thing around it too. Like it, like he said, stepping in season, especially the seasons coming around, and you having those whole seasons, like all those seasons coming around, and you just coming in, and you just giving them, you're giving them your all, especially with the seasons hittings and the summers and all these other things coming in around. Like you just main cruising, like you giving it your particularly all. Like basically you could say that you're all you're mysterious all of a culture, especially him as being a culture, because he's part of the culture, part of the most vegetarians and everything else. But just with the whole Ramsum coming around and everything else, just my listed.
Terror that still, test who I'm a pterodactyl. He's salty, I pepper that still. For all purpose reasons. Step like a vet, man, I seasoned. As bad as you think you are, if I die, set you on this mic, it finna get jarring, dog. One if they're taking pills, cause their ears are perked whenever I'm barring, dog. Call it a chippy effect. If I'm on you for real. I ain't whittled the sparring, dogs.
Fumez, the engineer.
Come on with the whole thing though, Chip though, plugged in with Fumez. Hey, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. Like a lot of these plugged ins be off for another one coming into it. Especially with these ones coming into it and everything else. But you got Chip plugged in with Fumez the engineer. Hey, but even with Chip coming to his whole thing, like he's one of the main ones, coming into it. Especially when it comes to these engineers and him, like and everything else, like especially with his whole thing and his whole clipperaries coming into it and everything else. But you just got what Chip plugged in with Fumez the engineer, press play. But shout out to the engineer, Fumez the engineer and Chip, because it wouldn't be possible without this whole thing coming into it. But just with this whole thing right here, make sure you guys definitely go check this out and everything else. But other than that, most definitely check this one out and everything else.